I'm in a really high frequency state, and it's really important to ground myself. And that's one way, really good way of doing that is to walk in nature, to be in nature, bare feet preferably, which I'm not. But yeah, and yeah, I had this huge realization yesterday that like I cannot have a greater impact on this planet, on to this collective consciousness, to like who we are as a species, you know, which actually stretches even further, because like yeah, yeah, so this is about impact, you know, and the impact that we have yeah, doesn't come from like, or like, if you want to have maximal impact on creation in this galaxy, then actually I'm realizing as I'm speaking, which is just like the most fun thing to do, that I'm like what I actually mean is on this planet, and to our civilization, like humanity, and to have like the maximal impact is to be born here, like to set your feet on the ground. And so in other words, I cannot share anything that will have a greater impact that I already have by being here. And so that really touches. So that was the answer. Now I am curious about the question. Like, what was the reason? Why is it important to have an impact? Because I feel it almost, it says itself, you know. Every single one of us is the hero of our own story. And maximal impact would be to be yourself to the fullest capacity. And what other point is there? And when you know that this is already accomplished, you're already having a maximal effect, a maximal impact upon the world. And maybe this is even true not only by incarnating on this planet, but also by existing, actually. That is like, you exist, it's a fact that you cannot change ever, eternally. You know, existence is eternal, and if the self exists, the self will always exist. If there is an experience of self, there will always be, and has always been, even though we don't remember this as we incarnate, as we're born again, as a new perspective is created of creation. That was very poetic. And maybe, obviously, it is the same as saying that by existing, you've already done the job by simply being. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. My name is Rickard. Maybe I should have started with my name is Rickard and ended with subscribe, so that you remember to click, so that I can become, so that I can have a greater impact on the world by action. As an expression of myself. That's the bell, guys. And I guess what this is saying is that what I've just said can't be captured with the mind. If it goes in, what you hear is, that which matters. The only thing that really matters, the only thought that is actually worth to think, that you also realize is no point in thinking. So if you feel inspired to take action now, then turn off this. If it doesn't sound good to listen to me right now and you feel inspiration, then act on that. Act that out. No matter the form it takes or what you think will happen when you do it, just don't think about it. Keep it simple and act on your inspiration. And be surprised of what happens next when you do this, because it won't happen the way that you think. And by existing, and first of all, so let's just say that it's a fact that we exist, that we experience existence to be ourselves, which we do, all of us, everything and everyone has existence. Even though there might not always be awareness of this. But if you don't focus on anything else but your existence, and you take action on the way that is presenting itself to be the way that feels the best, without having any expectations, any thoughts about how, it needs to happen, blah 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 blah. As soon as you get the inspiration, this is what I want to do, then you do that. And then it can come up stuff like, oh, I need to do this first in order to do that, blah, 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 blah. Question yourself, do you really need that? Do you really need money to get there? Do you really need... And then just take action and do it. like, so the most you can, to like as simply as possible, and as you and then be surprised to see what happens. Yeah. Yeah, and like, don't have any expectations. Don't hold on to the reality that you think it's gonna get you. Enjoy, like, feeling the best possible feeling that you can feel in your body, by your body responding to your inspiration. And like, for the sake of enjoying, you know, you're in nature and you are taking the path that feels the best to you. And there is like a lot of paths in the forest, but you're choosing to take the one because you don't have any need to go anywhere. And like, being in nature is the perfect environment, because what you're taking action on, what actually feels good to you, is yourself. So yourself is the feeling that your body receives as you let your body do the bidding of your highest feeling, your most precious inspiration, your joy, your simplicity, actually. You know, and as you do that, it will become easier and easier to do what you want to do, because you will bump into everything that you've learned that goes against this higher intelligence that you follow. Let your body just follow, you know, let yourself act it out. Easier and easier it will become. And first it's like this that I shared in the beginning, that you're being with yourself. All you really gotta do is just see that you can't do shit to change anything, and accept that everything already exists. That's the first, like, being, and that's the essence. That's it. That's all that you gotta focus on, all that you gotta feel. And the next thing, the next step, I mean, as the same as saying, am I on the side? How long? Oh, nice. So, so the next thing would be to listen to your inspiration, you know, to your joy, creativity, blah, 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 blah. Everything that feels good for your body to do, whether it is to dance. And this is more about expressing yourself in the world by letting your body be dancing from your joy, or singing, or writing, and then I think this is where I am at. This is where I'm at. That's the third one. And that is to do it together, to share, to come together, to be yourself together. And I think that a lot of people can stop and go like, okay, no, but I need to be together first. And then they kind of bypass. So the COVID, for example, I think can be example of this, which was a really good like invitation for humanity to like, okay, distance yourself, be with yourself, and you still can. There is no like, I mean, who the fuck is easier to be alone? It is easier to be alone. How can you like not be alone? You wake up alone, and I love waking up alone. It's the best feeling in the world. Early, like 7 o'clock, is the perfect, and it's like my whole being is synchronized, and I wake up with joy, and I feel like, that's it, you know, and I let everything else go because I love that feeling. To feel good in the body. And there is nothing better for me than to record like this, because it's like I'm outside in nature right now, walking, breathing, and really doing what I want to do, which is to share myself. But I have a camera, so that I don't have to, if someone sees me now, I don't have to go around and look crazy, because it's like, no, I actually want to be seen. I actually want to express this to people. I'm uploading it, you know? And yeah. Yeah. Because when you're in this like second stage, then it's all about like acting out, you know, like almost like doing a theater with yourself, like really embodying the truth of who you are. And this is a real fear, but it's not a trauma. That I've been like afraid of losing myself. I've been afraid of losing the presence, the being. So I really spend a lot of time to meditate, to let go of everything and to connect with myself. And that's, I think, why this might not be true actually. But I think that it makes you have like a more, like if you have your life, you die, here you're born, here you die, then it's like you have a more deep experience, because you're actually choosing to enjoy more and experience more. So when you feel like going inwards, when you feel like taking your time and looking inwards, and I think that, I mean, these 3 stages doesn't need to come in a numerological order, because it's like you won't stop being present, you won't stop go into yourself ever. It's just that for me it becomes more fun. It's like I'm being more myself on earth, and I'm having more experiences and encounters. But I guess you can also start by being yourself with people, and then start to like slowly find your way inwards more, you know, no matter what's important. I don't even know this, you know, because how could I know this? I only know myself, so how can I actually know how it's like for anyone else? That felt good to share. And that's what it's all about for me. To feel good and to experience the peace. And to go inwards when you feel inspired to do so. And do I feel inspired to go inwards now? Yeah, I do actually. Wow, I'm so glad I checked in. Funny that all that subscribe shit is in the middle now. Okay.